Hi, I'm Harry Forbes from ARC Advisory Group. My guest today is Ira Sharp from Phoenix Contact. Ira, welcome.
Thanks for having me here, Harry.
Hey,
Great to talk with you.
It's great to see you again in person.
Yeah.
Ira, at the ARC Forum this year, our theme is winning in the era of industrial AI. Of course, everybody's been talking about AI, nothing else, for the last year and a half, 2 years. What is Phoenix Contact's take on this theme?
Yeah, so I think this is a great theme because really when you look at everything that's going on in the industry, you can't go 2 seconds without reading about AI or looking at data or any of the other things. I've seen some interesting industry reports from various sources that talk about 50% of companies clearly have, from the CEO down, a clear vision that AI has to be a core part of their company. However, and that's why I think this conference is so great and the theme is so great, only like 13 to 15% of those companies say that they actually feel comfortable with their data strategy. And when we're looking at AI, we're looking where companies want to go. Having a solid data strategy is really paramount to being successful, not only today, but really for the future, for many manufacturers.
Ira, I totally agree. I spent some of the fall working with companies who were exactly trying to do that thing, is work out a data strategy so that they could leverage all their data in applications like AI. So what do you tell companies about how to get to the root of this data and manage this data over time?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And as you've probably experienced, it's not always an easy question to answer.
No, it is not.
Right, and it really does depend on many companies or the company itself. I will say that in my conversations, where it really works well is when it's understood and really pushed from the C-level down. It needs to be a mindset shift. It needs to be a culture shift for a company. And that's really hard because we all know in our world, industrial manufacturing process, change is hard everywhere. It's really hard here because we're producing lots of widgets and catching up and really looking at it different directions can be really difficult. So having that mindset shift is really important to companies, and then structuring data. Knowing that data truly needs to be the next era of where you're going. It is your new commodity. Collecting, normalizing, and making that data information is really important to setting yourself up for the future.
Okay, well, besides outside of AI, can you talk about some of the other trends in the marketplace that you're perceiving now in Phoenix Contact? What do you see going on that's kind of changing?
Yeah, so AI is the new shiny, right? So it is the thing that's on all the CEO reports and these types of things. However, the big trend that I'm seeing is a wake up for manufacturers, I was just saying, to try to get on track with figuring out how they can collect this data, how they can get real world information. And there's immense amounts of information in our systems, but it's all siloed. So how do you break out of those silos? How do you normalize it and get it to a central point? And Phoenix Contact has really worked with a lot of manufacturers and is also assisting in these areas of taking data from machines, systems, and processes. Not necessarily interrupting the standard process that's working, but getting that information and then getting it to a central point where it can be used in a different way. This can be done through new sensors like SPE and APL, enabling those new sensors. It can be done through wireless communications, whether it be legacy 900 megahertz or even new cellular 4G and 5G operations. But collecting data, getting that outside of the standard process and getting that to a standard place is a place where we've seen things like PLC Next and mGuard Secure Cloud and mGuard technology segmented the networks to make sure things are safe and secure as we're collecting that data.
Ira, you mentioned that Phoenix Contact 20 years ago was quite a different company. I have enough gray hair to remember when I thought of Phoenix Contact as terminations, great terminations and great power supplies, but not much else. But you mentioned PLC Next, you mentioned remote service support, secure remote service, and those kind of capabilities. Tell us a little bit about where this is going. Where is Phoenix Contact going in this whole market? What's your direction?
Yeah, Harry, and I really appreciate the question, and I think it's a great recognition of what we as a company, Phoenix Contact, have been really looking to accomplish over the past number of years. So I've had the fortunate ability to spend 19 and a half years of my career at Phoenix Contact, going on my 20th year. So I've seen a lot of change. And yes, started off in the terminals and power supplies, and I did the automation stuff then, still do the automation stuff today. Seen a lot of change. And a big part of that is our core goal at Phoenix Contact is to drive the all-electric society. And with that comes the digitalization, the modernization, and really improving efficiencies and processes and manufacturing sites alike. So Phoenix Contact is really known for quality components, from the terminals to power supplies, and now automation components. So we've looked to really expand that share to help users make reliable control cabinets, control systems, and leverage beyond what was just the terminal blocks and power supplies, which are still our bread and butter and a core part of our business today, to expand to things like unmanaged and managed Ethernet switches, cybersecurity, safety control systems, PLC Next with open control systems, all the way to relays and everywhere in between, even tools and stack lights alike. So it's been a wild ride.
Well, you guys have really have expanded your scope within the marketplace, and I think maintained that kind of corporate focus on the quality, and look forward to hearing more about what you do in the future with that. Can I ask you one more question, and that's kind of to talk about the role of Phoenix Contact in the Open Process Automation Forum. Why are you engaged in it, and what's in it for you and your customers?
Yeah, so the open process automation whole idea fits so well with our control strategy. There's lots of controllers out there, you mentioned this, right? And we are now another one. But we like to think that we're not just another one. We started with PLC Next, it's about 5-6 years ago, right around the time process automation came out, open process automation came out. And the core vision of PLC Next was open control. And the idea there is a control system. It works, it runs your operations, it's fantastic. However, it's also open. So you can leverage open source packages, you could even put different runtimes on it. And that's where open process automation fits in so well, where we have and are known so well for our hardened, rugged, robust industrial hardware. You can now leverage that using a platform like open process automation runtimes on this hardware. And then that has been used as a core test bed, and even the Lighthouse projects that you've seen coming from the Open Process Automation Foundations.
Well, okay, thanks very much, Ira. It's really been great to talk to you. Thanks for coming.
It's great to talk to you as well, Harry. Thanks so much.
This is Harry Forbes from ARC Advisory Group. My guest has been Ira Sharp from Phoenix Contact. Thank you very much for watching.